Your officials for tonight's game are Rick Scott, Ryan Flip, and Craig Kuipers.
Hello everyone, I apologize for that. We were having technical issues. Welcome to Hamilton Hawkeye Athletics and welcome to the Hamilton Hawkeye Athletic YouTube page, where tonight's game is girls varsity basketball between Coopersville and Hamilton Hawkeyes. Looking to tip, here's number 20, Johnson, and 23, Kyra Kleinixel, and looks like Hamilton won the tip. Vanderhall swinging over to Kyra Kleinixel. Kleinixel with the ball. Swings back to Gurink. Gurink has control, swings over to Jess Behrens, has Vanderswag in the paint, now is Gurink. Gurink looking to go to the rim, goes off the glass and puts it in for two, starting off the game strong, 2-0. Up the floor now is number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Sanford swings, has 23, Maddie Miller, goes back to Sanford, now in the control of 13 near. In the paint, 20, Johnson. Swings out, has 23, Miller now. Miller swings back out. Pump fake from 20, Johnson. Johnson drives in. Now we'll have a short floater 2 from number 23, Miller, as she airballs far. Up the floor now is number 2, Jess Behrens. Behrens has Vanderhals. Vanderhals back to Behrens now. In the paint, looking for Gurink. She loses control. Now it's in the hands of 23, Miller. Miller's up the floor. She swings over. Number 2, Roselle looks to shoot. Swings back out to 20, Johnson. She has a three-point attempt, doesn't go. Rebounded by the Hawkeyes. And number 2, Jess Behrens, is up the floor now. Swings over to Gurink, has now Kleinixel. Kleinixel pump fake out to Vanderswag. Vanderswag in the paint. Floater 2, doesn't go. Ball's last touch by Hamilton, and it goes over to Coopersville. Up the floor now, number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Sanford passing half court, looks to drive in. Swings out to number 23, Miller. Has 13 near, and now swings over to Roselle. Roselle in the paint, swings back to 23. Has number 5, Sylvia Sanford. She goes for the three-point attempt, doesn't go. Rebounded by Taylor Vanderswag. Out of her hands now, stolen by number 13. In the paint is number 20, Johnson. She goes up to the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded by the Hawkeyes, now in the possession of Taylor Vanderswag, and she's up the floor. Passing half court with heavy pressure from number 2, Roselle. It's in the hands of Kleinixel now. Kleinixel looking to swing. It's in the hands of Behrens. Behrens, top of the key, back out to Gurink. Gurink now in the hands of Vanderswag. Vanderswag from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by Kaylee Vanderhals in the paint. Goes to Kyra Kleinixel. Kleinixel to the rim, off the glass, doesn't go as well. Knocked out of bounds by Hamilton, goes over to Coopersville. And they're going to inbound now to number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Sanford up the floor. Looks to pass. Has number 2, Roselle. Now looking to drive in is number 20, Johnson. Johnson tries to go up, doesn't go. Rebounded by 13 near. In the hands of number 13 near. Quick shot, doesn't go. And now up the floor is Behrens. Behrens swings over to Vanderswag. She'll swing back over to Behrens. Vanderswag from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 2, Roselle, and now number 20, Johnson's up the floor. Johnson looking for a swing, has 23, Miller. Now in the paint to number 13, Near. Looking to go out, goes back to Miller. Miller from 3, doesn't go. Excuse me, that was 23. Yes, that was 23, Miller. Now it's in the hands of Jess Behrens, and now Caitlin Gurink looks to go at the floor. Looking to check in is number 10, Haley Peterman at the scorer's desk. Vanderswag swinging out to Gurink. Gurink up to the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded by 23, Miller. And Miller's at the floor with a fast break. Miller hands off to number 5, Sanford. Handing off now to 20, Johnson. Johnson way downtown, tries to bank, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 4, Caitlin Gurink. Gurink swings up to Behrens, and Behrens is up the floor. Behrens swings over to Kleinixel. Pump fake, out back to Behrens. Behrens now has Vanderswag. Vanderswag back to Behrens. And Vanderswag has control. Now it's in the paint to Kaylee Vanderhall, excuse me, goes out to Kyra Kleinick, so she goes for the three-point attempt. Does go. Rebounded by number 2, Roselle. Roselle's up the floor now. 3:50 remaining, 2-0, Hawkeyes lead. Roselle hands off to number 20, Johnson. Johnson's in the paint. Nowhere to go. Swings out to number 5, Sanford. Pump fake. Out now to 13, Near. Near in the paint. Going up to the rim. Gets blocked by Kyra Kleinick, and they'll call foul. Now number 13, Hunter Near at the line to shoot 2. Near, first shot, goes up and goes in. In the game for the Hawkeyes, number 10, Haley Peterman. Number 12, Bosch, and number 14, Lundquist in the line, or in the game now for Coopersville. Near, second shot, doesn't go. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinick, so now they'll be up the floor. Swings over to Jess Behrens. We'll have a timeout from the Hawkeyes. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place. Singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street. You're gonna take on the world someday.
Welcome back as number 2, Jess Behrens enters up the floor. Swings over to Peterman. Peterman has the ball back over to Behrens. Now swings over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag looking back to Behrens. Looks for Gurink. Goes over to Kleinexel. Now from 3 Taylor Vanderswag doesn't go. Rebounded by Kleinexel. Kleinexel still in the paint. Looks to go up, doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds, and ball stays with Hamilton. Number 2, Jess Behrens looks to inbound here. Slap the ball. Ball's out. Looks for Kyra Kleinexel. Ball doesn't go. And it'll go over to the Hawkeyes now as Taylor Vanderswag showed off her three-point skills there. Up the floor now is number 23, Maddie Miller. Miller looks to swing. Has 14. Now is number 13, Near. Near up to the rim. Doesn't go. She rebounds it herself. Goes up again. Doesn't go. Rebounded by 10, Haley Peterman. Peterman swings over now to Jess Behrens, and Behrens is up the floor. Behrens swings over to Peterman. Peterman back to Behrens, and now has Vanderswag. Vanderswag and Behrens making an exchange there. Vanderswag to the paint to Gurink. Gurink's up to the rim, gets fouled on her way up and gets the and one. Number 4, Caitlin Gurink will make that shot, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1 now. Gurink, shot up, and it goes. Up the floor now, number 23, Maddie Miller. Miller swings over to number 14, Lundquist. Back to Miller. Now Lundquist swings it over to number 13, Near. Near looks for the two-point attempt, bounces out. Rebounded by Taylor Vanderswag, and she's up the floor now. Vanderswag looks to go to the rim. Euro step, goes up, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 13, Near, and she's up the floor. Near in the paint. Doesn't go, swings out. Has in the paint now number 12, Bosch. It's at the top to 14, now it's to number 13, Near. Near is in the paint. Near travels, and it goes over to the Hawkeyes. Checking in for Coopersville, number 20, Johnson. And number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Looks like they'll be showing a full court press here. Behrens is now in control of the ball. Tries to swing up. Ball goes off the foot of number 14, Lundquist, and it'll stay with Hamilton. Ball's inbounded to Behrens. Behrens has control, swings over to Peterman. Back to Behrens, and now Peterman. Peterman with a deep two-point attempt, doesn't go. Rebounded by Gurink. Gurink's up off the glass and puts it in for two. 7-1 as the Hawkeyes lead this first quarter. Up the floor, number 5, Sylvia Sanford, swings out to number 14, Olivia Lundquist. Back to Sanford, and now swings over to number 10, Haddon. From 3 is number 5, Sanford, and Sanford puts it in for 3. Up the floor is Jess Behrens. Swings over to Haley Peterman, Peterman back to Behrens. Swings back over to Peterman. Peterman, nowhere to go. Swings back over to Behrens, and Behrens now swings over to Peterman again. Peterman looks for a pass over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag goes to the paint to Gurink. Gurink lets it go through her hands, and it goes over to number 20, Johnson. Nope, stolen back by Gurink. Now over to Behrens, and now Vanderswag. Vanderswag looking for another paint throw. Goes over to Gurink. Gurink goes out to Kara Kleinex, so now to Vanderswag. Vanderswag in the paint, gets fouled on the floor, and they will keep the ball on their end.
Fouls on number 12, Keenan Bosch. That's her second, team second.
In for the Hawkeyes, number 24, Kaylee Vanderhals. In for Coopersville, number 13, Hunter Neer.
For the Hawkeyes, 24, Keenan Bosch.
Behrens looking to inbound here. Tries for Kleinexel, doesn't go. Grabbed by Coopersville. Up the floor is number 13, Neer. Neer has heavy pressure from 10, Peterman, and swings across to number 20, Johnson. Johnson from 3. Yes, she does! Number 20, Danica Johnson. Gurink stopping before half court, swings over to Vanderhals. Now has Vanderswag. Vanderswag looks for Kyra Kleinexel, can't get the ball, goes over to Coopersville. Number 13, Hunter Neer looks inbound here. And she has number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Zone defense here from the Hawkeyes. Sanford swings over to number 14, Olivia Lundquist. Back over to Sanford. Sanford back to Lundquist. Lundquist from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 20, Danica Johnson. Johnson goes up, doesn't go. Zeros on the clock. That's the end of the first. Tied up 7-7. We'll be back after this. Seven, welcome back. It is 8 minutes on the clock, second quarter. Both tied up with Coopersville facing off Hamilton here at Hamilton High School. Number 13, Hunter Neer looking to inbound here, and she has number 5, Sylvia Sanford, and that starts the clock. Sanford swinging over to number 10, Haddon. Haddon swings over to 20, Johnson. Ball's loose. Goes over to Neer. Ball's last tipped by Vanderswag, and ball goes out of bounds over to Coopersville. Number 10, Haddon, inbounds. Number 5, Sanford's in control now. Swings over to number 10, Haddon. Haddon loses control, swings over to 20, Johnson. Johnson looking for 13, Neer. Ball gets tipped up, goes out of bounds, stays with Coopersville. Now looking to check in for Coopersville, number 23, Maddie Miller, and number 2, Stephanie Roselle. Out is number 14, Olivia Lundquist, and number 10, Chloe Haddon. Ball's inbounded to number 23, Miller. Miller from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by Haley Peterman. Peterman up the floor. 2 defenders meet her at half court. She swings out. Nope, she'll lose control. Goes out to Gurink now. Gurink loses his dribble, goes over to Peterman. Peterman looking to go to the rim. Swings back out to Caitlin Gurink, and now it's in the hands of Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel looks to swing back, has Gurink. Gurink from way downtown. Yes, she does! Number 4, Caitlin Gurink. Up the floor is now number 23, Maddie Miller. Swings in the paint to number 20, Johnson. Johnson, fadeaway 2, doesn't go. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel, and now it's over to the Hawkeyes. Up the floor now, Caitlin Gurink. Gurink swings over to Peterman. Peterman swings to the paint to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel looks for another swing, goes out to Gurink, now to Peterman. Peterman dribbles out, goes over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag back out to Gurink. Gurink pump fake, goes over to Peterman. Now in the paint is Vanderswag. Vanderhall. She goes up to the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel goes to the rim and she grabs it in. Up the floor is now number 5, Sanford. Goes over. Now it's in the hands of number 2, Roselle. From deep from 2 is number 20, Johnson. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Kleinexel, and now it's up the floor with Gurink. Gurink looks for a pass, swings over to Vanderswag, goes over to Kleinexel. Kleinexel back over to Gurink, now over to Peterman. Peterman back across to Vanderswag, and she looks for a quick pass. Doesn't go. Rebounded, goes over now to Gurink. Vanderswag from 3. Yes, she does! Number 12! Number 12, Taylor Vanderswag with the 3 points there. Up the floor, number 5, Sanford. Swings over to number 23, Miller. Miller backs out, goes to the paint to 13, Near. Near goes up to the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded by 24, Vanderhall, and now up the floor is Gurink. Gurink swings over to Vanderswag. Tightly guarded, now over to Gurink, now to Peterman. Peterman rips, drives, swings in the paint to Kyra Kleinexel. Ball goes out on Coopersville, and it'll stay with Hamilton. Checking in for the Hawkeyes, number 2, Jess Behrens, and number 20, Bethany Banky. In for Coopersville, number 22, Evelyn McEachin. I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to try. Peterman from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderhall. Vanderhall goes up to the rim. Doesn't go as well. Rebounded by now number 2, Roselle. Up the floor is number 23, Miller. Miller hands off to number 5, Sanford. Sanford way downtown. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Banky. Banky swings over to Behrens, and Behrens is now in control of the ball. Great rebound by Banky there. Banky in control of the ball again. Swings over to Behrens. Behrens now over to Vanderswag. Wide open, shoots for 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by number 5, Sanford, and she's up the floor. Has now number 13, Near. Swings over to number 12, Bosch. She goes from 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by 2, Jess Behrens. Now it's in the hands of 10, Haley Peterman. Peterman's up the floor. Gets fouled by 23, Maddie Miller, and Hawkeyes will stay in control of the ball. In for the Hawkeyes, number 23, Kyra Kleinexel, and number 4, Caitlin Gurink. Behrens in control of the ball, 15-7. Swings over to Gurink, has Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel looks out to Gurink, and now over to Behrens. Now Gurink. Gurink way downtown. Yes, she does! 2 for 2 tonight. Number 4, Caitlin Gurink. Up the floor now to number 5, Sylvia Sanford. Passes half court, and she looks to hand off to number 23, Miller. Miller has the ball. She goes in the paint. Swings out to number 2, Roselle. Roselle loses control of the ball. It goes in the hands of Banky. Great steal by Banky with the assistance of number 4, Caitlin Gurink. And up the floor is number 2, Behrens. Swings over to Gurink. Gurink across to Vanderswag. Vanderswag, pump fake, drives in. Swings out to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel back across to Behrens. Now over to Gurink. Gurink fakes the rip. Goes over to Behrens. Now back to Gurink. Now over to Behrens again. Goes over to Vanderswag and goes over to Gurink in the paint. Paint is Gurink. Looks to go out now, back to Vanderswag. Goes over to Banky. Banky loses control. It's up the floor to number 13, Near. Near loses control of the ball. Now up the floor is Gurink. Gurink, fast break. Only one defender in between her and the basket. Gurink going up to the rim, off the glass, and puts it in for 2. Number 4, Caitlin Gurink. Up the floor is now number 5, Sanford. 20-7, Hawkeyes dominating right now in the second quarter with 2:56 remaining in this first half. Number 5, Sanford swings over to 22, McKeechin. She goes for a deep 2 and she puts it in. It's McKeechin. Yep, I got that right. Good. Up the floor now is number 12, Vanderswag. Goes over to Bethany Banky. Up to the rim. Doesn't go. Just bounces out. Rebounded by number 22, McKeechin. She's up the floor now. McKeechin. Loses control of the ball. Goes over to Gurink. Nope. Stolen back by Miller. Miller swings over to number 13, Near, and goes over across to number 2, Roselle. Roselle looks to go up. Gets absolutely dominated by number 4, Caitlin Gurink, and goes out of bounds over to the Hawkeyes. Number 10, Chloe Haddon. Number 12, Bosch, in for Coopersville. And Kaylee Vanderhals for the Hawkeyes. Number 22, McKeechin, swings into number 10, Haddon. She tries to go, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 2, Jess Barons, and she's up the floor. Jessica Barons swings over to Vanderswag. In the paint now to Gurink. Gurink back across to Kleinexel. Kleinexel from 3. Took the shot, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderswag. Vanderswag goes out to Vanderhals. In the paint, looking for Gurink. Grabs it, goes over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag from 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by 23, Maddie Miller. And we'll have a foul here. They'll call a foul for the push by 24, Kaylee Vanderhals. 1:52 remaining. Broncos in control here. 20-9, excuse me, with Hawkeyes dominating. Number 20, Johnson looks for 22, McKeechin. She can't get a hold of the ball, and it goes over, stays with Coopersville after it was tipped by the Hawkeyes. Number 23, Miller, inbounds to 20, Johnson. Johnson from 3, contested shot, goes! Number 20, Danka Johnson for 3. Inbounded to number 2, Jess Barons now. Barons over to Gurink. Gurink loses control, swings over to Barons. Barons grabs it just before going over half court. She looks for Vanderswag, doesn't get it, and it'll go over to Coopersville. Now, number 20, Danka Johnson's up the floor to number 23, Maddie Miller. Miller in control, swings out to number 10, Haddon. Haddon looks to the paint to number 20, Johnson. She goes up, doesn't go. Now, looking out for it is number 10, Chloe Haddon. Great defense by number 2, Jess Barons here. 59 seconds on the clock as it winds down. And they'll call a travel, goes over to Hamilton. Gurink to inbound to Barons here as the clock slowly winds. Barons is up the floor. Looking over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag back to Barons. Back to Vanderswag again. And Barons and Vanderswag making exchanges. Goes over to Kyra Kleinexel, back to Barons. Barons lets it go through her hands, grabs it again, goes over to Vanderswag. Across over to Barons, back to Vanderswag. And goes across to Barons. Barons looks for Gurink. She can't get a control of it. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll go over to Coopersville. Ball's inbounded to number 23, Maddie Miller. She's up the floor. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Swings over to number 10, Chloe Haddon. Haddon swings back over to number 20, Danka Johnson. Now over to number 10, Haddon. Looks to the paint, stolen by Vanderhals. 6 seconds remaining. Jess Barons, 4 seconds remaining. Vanderswag looking to go to the rim before the buzzer, puts it up and puts it in at the buzzer. Number 12, Taylor Vanderswag, 22-12 as we go into halftime as your Hawkeyes lead.
Unofficial scoring for the first half of play for the Broncos. Hunter Muir had 1, Evelyn McKeechin 2, Sylvia
All right, we're going to take a short intermission here. The music's not going to be working, so you will be listening to the sounds of basketball here with a little bit of intermissions from the band. And we'll be back after half.
In here.
And the bass keeps running, running, and 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 running, running. And running, running, and running, running, and in this context, there's no disrespect. So when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect. To lose lose the inhibition. Follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling me out. You wouldn't believe how we wow shit out. We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side. Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get it started, get it started, get it started. Up from let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Lose control, our body and soul. Don't move too fast, people just take it slow. Don't get ahead, just jump into it. Y'all hear about it? The P's will do it. Get started. Get stupid. Don't worry about it, people will walk you through. Step by step like an infant new kid. Inch by inch with a new solution. Transmit hits with no delusion. The feeling's irresistible and that's how we move it.
Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Just keep running, running, and running, running.
Come on, y'all. Let's get cool. Let's get cool. And while I get cool. Let's get cool. And while I get cool. Let's get cool.
The deal, applicator will bring the bug dot drill. Just lose your mind, this is the time. You can't stand still, twist and bang your spine. Just bob your head like me, Apple D. Up inside your club or in your Bentley. Get messy, loud and sick. Your mind fast, no more on another head trip. So come them now, do not correct it. Let's get ignorant, let's get hectic.
Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay.
Welcome back as we come back in at halftime. 8 minutes, 22-12. Hamilton will start with the ball as we start this second half. And Barons inbounds to Jessica Barons, and the clock starts. Barons swings over to Vanderhall, swings across to Kleinexel, now in the paint looking for Gurink. Gurink goes up to the rim, off the glass, puts it in for 2 to start off the half. Ball's inbounded to number 5, Sylvia Sanford, and she's up the floor. Looks across to number 23, Miller. Miller loses it, goes out to 20, Johnson. Johnson, nowhere to go. Swings into the paint to 13, Near. Near looks to go up to the rim, gets blocked by Kyra Kleinexel. They'll call a foul on her. Now, Near will go to the line to shoot 2.
Ball's at number 23, Kyra Kleinexel. That's her second, team's first in the half.
And Near at the line. First shot here. Ball goes in. Near. Second shot here. Ball's up and goes in. Now the Hawkeyes will go back with the ball as Barons is up the floor. Goes over to Gurink. Gurink back across to Barons. And they'll call a foul here on Hamilton's Caitlin Gurink, and it goes over to, nope, they'll call it an over and back, excuse me, and the ball goes over to Coopersville. Number 5, Sanford's up the floor. Swings over to 23, Miller. In the paint to 13, Near. Going up to the rim is number 20, Johnson. Goes too far. It's rebounded by the Hawkeyes, and Gurink's up the floor now. Gurink swings over to Kleinexel. Kleinexel back over to Vanderhulst. Across to Vanderswag. Back over to Barons, over to Gurink, now to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel for the 3! Yes, she does, as she drains it in. Number 5, Sanford's up the floor now. Hands off to number 20, Johnson. Johnson swings out to 23, Miller, as she swings out now to number 5, Sanford. Deep from 2 is number 13, Near. She won't let that one get in, and up the floor is now Barons. Barons over to Gurink. Gurink across to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel, nowhere to go. Swings over to Vanderhulst. Vanderhulst in control of the ball here. And ball goes loose over now to 13, Near. Near's up the floor. Top the key, swings out to number 2, Stephanie Roselle, and over now to 20, Johnson. Across, now in the paint, is number 13, Near. Backing out, goes over to 5, Sanford. Sanford looking for a drive. Goes out to 23, Miller. Miller from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderhulst. Vanderhulst now will let it go up the floor with Barons. Barons over to Vanderhulst. Now over to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel gets fouled by number 5, Sanford, and it'll stay with Hamilton. In for the Hawkeyes, number 10, Haley Peterman.
Team's first in the half. Name of the uniform of the Hawkeyes, number 10, Haley Peterman.
Vanderswag in control, back over to Gurink. Now over to Peterman. Peterman swings back across to Vanderswag. Vanderswag lets it go through her hands, over to Kleinexel now. Vanderswag over to Gurink again, now over to Peterman. Peterman rips, looks to drive, tries for Gurink. Gurink lets it go over and back, and now it'll go over to Coopersville. Checking in for the Broncos, number 10, Chloe Haddon here. And up the floor is Haddon. Swings over to number 23, Miller. Miller looks back across to number 13, Near. Now from 3 is number 23, Miller. Ball doesn't go, goes out of, nope, it'll be grabbed by the Hawkeyes by number 10, Haley Peterman. Peterman up the floor over to Vanderswag. Back over to Peterman and swings over to Gurink. Gurink from 3, way downtown, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderswag. Out to Kyra Kleinexel, back to Vanderswag. In the paint is now Vanderhals. Vanderhals going up to the rim and lets it go in. Up the floor is now number 23, Miller. Miller. Looking to hand off. Hands off to number 10, Haddon. Haddon swings into the paint, looking for number 12, Bosch. Out with the balls, 23, Miller. Now back with Haddon. Haddon out to Miller again. Gets a screen. Looking to go in. Floater 2. Miller doesn't go. Rebounded. Nope, there's a struggle for it in the paint. They'll call a... Looks like it was a travel. We'll have a timeout from Hamilton. We'll be back after this timeout.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why.
Welcome back as Hamilton looks to inbound here against this full court press. Swings over to Peterman, and Gurink and Peterman making exchanges. Gurink back over to Peterman. Crossed to Gurink. Gurink goes over to Vanderhalst. Looks over back to Peterman from Vanderswag and goes over to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel goes over to Gurink. Looking cross for Vanderhalst. Back to Gurink. Gurink pump fake, goes in the paint, looks for Vanderhalst, goes to her hands. Up the floor with a fast break, number 23, Miller. Miller going up to the rim, gets blocked by Caitlin Gurink. Goes out of bounds. And it'll go stay with Coopersville. Now in for the Hawkeyes, number 2, Jess Behrens. Ball's inbounded to number 23. Now it's in the hands of number 10, Haddon. Haddon goes up to the rim, doesn't go. Bobbling with the ball. Now from 3 is 14, Lundquist. Doesn't go, rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel. Up the floor now, number 2, Jess Behrens. Swings over to Gurink. Over in the paint is Gurink now again from Vanderswag. Gurink up to the rim, off the backboard and goes in. Up the floor now, number 23, Maddie Miller. There's a little scramble for the ball as it goes into Vanderswag hands and goes up the floor to Kyra Kleinexel, bopped out of bounds by 14, Lundquist. It'll stay with Hamilton.
Into the uniform Broncos, number 5, Sylvia Sanford, and number 20, Danica Johnson.
Gurink up to the rim, puts it in after getting an inbound. Up the floor now is number 5, Sanford. Sorry, I was trying to fix some technical problems while trying to announce. Obviously, I can't double task. Bethany Banky checks in for the Hawkeyes now. Inbounds now to number 5, Sanford. Going over now to 20, Johnson. In the paint, wide open is number 5, Sanford. Goes up to the rim, puts it in for 2. 33-16 as now Behrens goes up the floor with 2 minutes remaining. She'll have a full court press. Swings over to Peterman. Back over to Jess Behrens. And Behrens is up the floor. Swings over to Vanderswag, excuse me. Peterman back over to Vanderswag. Over now to Jess Behrens. Behrens looks back over to Gurink. And over to Peterman. Has Vanderswag wide open. Vanderswag looking to go up to the rim. Swings over to Behrens. Behrens, pump fake, goes over to Bethany Banky. Now to Gurink. Gurink with assistance from Banky. Goes from three. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Haley Peterman. Up to the rim, and she puts it off the glass. 1:24 remaining. As we have a timeout from Coopersville. We'll be back after this timeout.
VIP. Let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights, and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit the bullseye, the kid don't play. And if there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby.
Welcome back as Coopersville inbounds with number 5 Sanford in control. Sanford swings over to number 10 Haddon with the ball now. 20 Johnson. Now number 5 Sanford looks to drive in. In the ball back is Johnson. Johnson goes to the paint to number 12 Bosch. Bosch is up to the rim. She puts it in. Ball's into Behrens. 56 seconds remaining. Across to Gurink. Back over to Behrens. She'll pass half court. Swings across. Looking for Banky. Doesn't grab it. Goes over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag goes up to the rim. Doesn't go. And they'll call a foul on Haley Peterman for over the back. And goes over to Coopersville. And for Coopersville, number 2 Roselle and number 22 McKeechin. And in for the Hawkeyes, looks like checking in for Haley Peterman was possibly Kyra Kleinexel. I'm unsure. Gurink grabs the ball, and it goes up the floor to Behrens. 30 seconds remaining. Behrens across over to Banky. Looks for Gurink. It's balls out. Up the floor is number 5 Sanford. Sanford, fast break up to the rim, goes up and puts it off the glass in for 2. Up the floor, Behrens, 17 seconds remaining, just 15-point difference with Hawkeyes leading. Vanderswag out to Kleinexel, back over to Vanderswag in the paint to Gurink. 9 seconds. Gurink fights for the ball, and they'll call a jump ball. It goes over to Coopersville. 7 seconds remaining. Ball's inbounded to number 5 Sanford. 6 seconds remaining. She has heavy pressure from Behrens. Swings up to 22 McKeechin. Keechin back out, has Behrens. Zeros on the clock, 35-20. Hawkeyes still lead as we go into the fourth quarter.
Travel along, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you've been, sometimes you're staying.
Welcome back as they inbound to number 2, Jess Behrens. 35-20, Hawkeyes still dominating. Over now to 24, Kaylee Vanderhulst. Oh my goodness, Kyra Kleinexel in with it, now Vanderhulst with it. Vanderhulst looks over to Behrens. Behrens is way behind the three-point line, goes over to Gurink. Heavy pressure over to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel goes back over to Vanderhulst. Swings over to now Behrens. Behrens pump fake, goes over to number 4, Gurink. Gurink nowhere to go, dribbles out. Looking to drive. Gurink up to the rim, puts it up and off the glass for 2. Number 13, Nears up the floor now. As she passes to 23, Miller. In control of it, 20, Johnson. Up to the rim is number 13, Nears. She puts it in for 2. Back up the floor now is Behrens. Behrens will get a timeout from the Hawkeyes, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Welcome back as the ball is inbounded to Behrens. Swings over to Gurink. Across over to Kleinexel now. Kleinexel back over to Behrens now with Gurink in control. Kleinexel from 3, doesn't go. Rebounded by number 23, Maddie Miller, and she's up the floor. Ball's over in the hands of number 20, Johnson. It looks like there'll be a foul down low. Or what? But ball's under the hoop with Coopersville. Ball's inbounded here. Has the ball to 22, McKeechin. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel, up the floor, Jess Behrens. Behrens now over to Gurink. Has Kleinexel again. Kleinexel over to Vanderhulst. Swings across to Vanderswag. Now into hands of Behrens. Now back out to Gurink and now into Kyra Kleinexel's. Vanderhulst. Back over to Behrens. Over to Vanderswag. Vanderswag from 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel. She goes up to the rim. Gets fouled on her way up and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Ball's on number 20, Danica Johnson. That's her first team second. Kleinexel on the line, shooting 2.
Kleinexel. First shot here.
Into the game for the Hawkeyes, number 10, Haley Peterman.
Peterman checking in as Kyra Kleinexel shoots for her second shot here. Kleinexel's up and puts it in. Up the floor now is number 23, Maddie Miller. There's going to be a foul here as it goes over to the Hawkeyes.
Number 20, Danica Johnson. That's her second team.
Haley Peterman now with the ball, swings in to Caitlin Gurink. Up the floor now to Vanderswag, goes over to Kyra Kleinexel. She goes for Vanderhulst, gets knocked out of bounds by Coopersville. Just 5:32 remaining, 39-22 as Hawkeyes lead. Peterman looks inbound. She has Kyra Kleinexel wide open. She goes up to the rim, gets fouled on her way up, and she'll go to shoot 2 now.
Ball's on number 20, Danica Johnson, her third. Team's fourth.
Kleinexel, second free throw here tonight. Ball goes up and ball goes in. 40-22 as she looks to put it up to a 19-point lead. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Kyra Kleinexel herself. She goes up to the rim and puts it up, putting him up by 20 points here. Up the floor now is number 23, Maddie Miller. Miller swings across to number 22, McKeechin. McKeechin from 3, ball bounces out. Rebounded by Gurink. She has control, looks out for Peterman, saves the ball. Now Gurink has it. They'll call a jump ball, and it stays with Coopersville. Now number 22, McKeechin looking inbound here. Keechin swings into number 23, Miller. Quick shot, 2, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderhulst, and now up the floor is Gurink again. Gurink looking to swing. Swings over to Peterman. Back to Gurink, now over to Kleinexel, over to Peterman. Peterman from 3, ball doesn't go. They'll call a foul on the Hawkeyes. It goes over to Coopersville.
Number 23, Kyra Kleinexel, her third, team's fourth. And the line for the Broncos, number 5, Sylvia Sanford.
Up the floor now is number 20, Johnson. She goes for the 2-point, doesn't go. Rebounded by Vanderhulst. They'll call a jump ball, and it goes over to Hamilton. Up the floor now is Gurink. She swings over to Peterman. Peterman up the floor now. Swinging up to Vanderswag. Vanderswag up to the line, or up to the rim, excuse me. And she'll get fouled on her way up. She'll get to go to the line to shoot 2.
Fouls out number 22, Evelyn McKeechin. That's her first, team's fifth. Vanderswag in the line.
Vanderswag has the ball. Shots up. Shot goes out.
Into the game for the Hawkeyes, number 2, Jess Barons, and number 20, Bethany Benke.
Second shot here for Vanderswag. Ball's up. Doesn't go. Rebounded by 13, Near. Near's up the floor. Swings over to number 23, Miller. Up to the rim is Miller, and she'll put it in for 2. Ball stolen by Coopersville again. Up is number 23, Miller. She gets fouled on her way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 again.
Balls on Hawkeyes, number 10, Haley Peterman, her second, team's fifth. McKeechin in the line, shooting 2.
Keechin up. Ball bounces in.
Into the game for the Hawkeyes, number 4, Caitlin Gurink.
Keechin, second shot here. Ball's up. And doesn't go. Up the floor is Vanderswag. Fast break, 4 minutes to go. Vanderswag gets the other player off of her. And it's in the hands of Barons now. Vanderswag back over to Banky. Looks across, ball gets blocked. Now it's up the floor with number 13, Near. Near swings up. And she'll go from 3. Number 23, Miller. She'll put it in for 3. Up the floor is Barons again. Or excuse me, Gurink. Goes up to Kyra Kleinexel in the paint to Banky. Losing control. Bounces out to Gurink. Swings over to Barons. Back over now to Vanderswag. Vanderswag back over to Barons, and Vanderswag with it again. Looks in the paint to Gurink. Back out to Barons, except for she'll get fouled on her way out.
Balls on Coopersville's number 22, Evelyn McKeechin. That's her second, team 6. Into the line for the Broncos, number 10, Chloe Hedden. 12, Kaden Bosch. 14, Olivia Lundquist. And 24, Trinity Hazelton.
Ball looks to be inbounded by Barons here. She swings out to Gurink, wide open from 3. Yes, she does. Number 4, Caitlin Gurink for her third 3-point of the night. Up the floor is number 5, Sanford. Sanford over now. Ball's loose. Up the floor. Fast break is 12, Vanderswag. She goes up to the rim. Ball doesn't go. Rebounded by Banky. She has help now with Behrens. Vanderswag swings back out to Behrens. And now Behrens has control. Back over to Vanderswag. Swinging over is Banky in the paint. Goes out to Kyra Kleinexel. Kleinexel for the 3-point attempt, and it's Kyra Kleinexel! Up the floor is now number 5. Near, ball goes out of bounds, and this goes over to Hamilton.
Number 10, Haley Peterman, and number 24, Kaylee Vanderhulst.
Ball's inbounded to Behrens, and she'll go up the floor with 1:29 remaining. Swings over to Peterman. Peterman with the ball. Goes over to Behrens, now in the hands of Vanderhulst. Now over to Caitlin Gurink. Behrens and Gurink making an exchange. Goes in the paint to Vanderhulst. Vanderhulst up to the rim. Puts it in for an easy 2. Up the floor now is number 5, Sanford. Swings over to number 14, Lundquist. She goes for 3 and she puts it in. 56 seconds remaining, 53-31. Hawkeye still leading. Behrens over to Gurink. 48 seconds remaining as the time winds down. Over to Peterman, back over to Behrens. Behrens with the ball. Goes over to Peterman. Goes over to Behrens, now back over to Gurink, and now over to Behrens again. Gurink with control. Back over to Behrens, and they'll try to dribble this one out. Goes over to Vanderhulst, back over to Gurink. 23 seconds remaining, over in the hands of Peterman. Peterman swings out to Vanderhulst. Vanderhulst goes up and gets fouled on her way up. She'll get 2 here at the line.
Fouls out number 12, Hayden Bosch for third. Team 7. Vanderhulst on the line, shooting 2.
Vanderhulst, first shot goes up and bounces out.
In the game for the Broncos, number 22, Aiden.
Vanderhulst, second shot here. Ball's up and goes in. Up the floor now with 17 seconds remaining is number 10, Haddon. 3-point attempt is number 22, McKeechin. Doesn't go. It's rebounded by Coopersville. 6 seconds remaining. They'll call the ball out of bounds, and it stays with Coopersville. Just 6 seconds remaining, 54-31. Ball looks to be inbounded. Ball's in the hands of 24, Hazleton. 22, McKeechin looks to go up, gets blocked, and zeros on the clock. That's the end of the game, 54-31. Hawkeyes take it home. Congratulations to the Hamilton Hawkeyes girls varsity basketball team as they take home this W against the visiting Coopersville Broncos. Special thanks to Coopersville for making the travel down here to Hamilton and play this game here tonight. Stay tuned as we have boys varsity basketball here coming in about 20 minutes. Until then, I'm Aiden Lynch, and we'll see you for boys basketball.